the shooting of Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords in Arizona over the weekend is definitely a tragedy. There's no there's no other excuse me word that can be used to describe it. An innocent woman and shining beacon of American achievement was mercilessly shot in the head along with 19 other individuals. However, this tragedy seems to have been quite rapidly turned into a speaking point by the left-wing media. Now, I'm neither right nor left. Some of my other videos may suggest that I'm left. However, this is not a time to focus on whether or not your analysis of party politics was correct. Yes, I do understand that there's been a lot of heated rhetoric. Sarah Palin may have had crosshairs across a map, and the Tea Party may have been advocating for second remedy Second Amendment solutions, sorry about that, basically focusing on the gun clauses found within the United States Constitution. All of that is valid, that's not the kind of rhetoric that politicians should have, and that's most definitely not the rhetoric that's needed now, specifically in a time of economic crisis and national unease, if you will. However, the two things that seem to have been completely lost in all of this is the two main issues at hand. The reason why this occurred is because of healthcare and gun laws. Healthcare, insofar as this individual was able to, Loeffner, the gentleman who carried out the shooting, was able to make it through high school, get actually kicked out of college because of erratic behavior, and be disqualified from entry into the military. 3 separate institutions had a chance to intervene if they figured that something was incorrect. However, nobody did. There was never a medical authority that was severely alerted, and much help was no help was really attempted to be given to this individual. Why? Arizona has the second fewest healthcare beds of any state in the union, second only to Nevada that has the fewest. But what we're talking about is an individual who the military couldn't have turned to a public system and say, this individual is sick, he needs help. The high schools couldn't have put him into a public healthcare system which would have taken care of him, which would have been able to get him the help he needs. We in Canada have quite a few guns per capita too. I believe the United States is 1, but I'm pretty sure we're about 8th. We're definitely in the top 10. However, things like this happen in Canada, but on a far, far rarer basis. This is a very unheard of occurrence to occur outside of American borders. When you allow people who are severely mentally ill. There's no denying that this individual suffers from severe schizophrenia, judging from the behavior that he's displayed. But the phrase, oh, he slipped through the cracks, can't be used because there were no cracks for him to slip through. There is no social health care system for him to rely on, and there was no social service for the government or for the high school, the military, and for his community college to turn him to, because they all require health insurance, and no one knows the level of coverage that this individual would have been entitled to anyway. The second thing is gun control. There is no reason that a magazine needs to have 19 or 31 rounds in it. 31 rounds. 10 would have been more than sufficient in order to injure or maim individuals. For example, I believe Gabrielle Giffords was the very first one shot. 1 round or 31 rounds, that one would not have made a difference. However, how many people would have been prevented from getting severely injured if it was limited to just 10 rounds? Why do you need more than 10 rounds? Why do you even need a Glock? Are you going to go hunting a bear with a Glock? No. The only reason to do that is for personal defense, and then things like this happen. When there's barely any gun control laws in Arizona of which to speak, this is the type of occurrence that will happen. If guns are readily available in a society with magazines that carry 31 rounds instead of 10, which should be the legal limit, individuals will get murdered. Precious individuals who, 9-year-old Christina, who's one of the girls that got mowed down in this entire shooting, the congresswoman herself, people will get hurt when this kind of culture is allowed to be pervaded and disseminated in society. Healthcare and gun control were the reasons why this happened, not because the right wing have been spouting a very ignorant and idiotic, harsh, militaristic, violent rhetoric lately. I can't even remember the word right now. But profound speaking and political maneuvering has nothing to do with this. The gentleman is sick. Society's failure to provide a public healthcare system that he could have used, and society's failure to prevent easy access to guns and to allow 31-round clips to be sold are the reason that this occurred. He is very sick. We know this. We can see it. We can tell from the smiling mugshot. But we as a society have to work together in order to remedy these issues. If you don't want an occurrence, you have to stop the crime from being able to be committed. If you want your store to be more secure because you keep getting mugged or you keep getting shoplifted, get a stronger door. If you want fewer people to be gunned down in cold blood, have fewer guns and have social systems that can care for people who are severely ill.